Okay, what's up, everyone? So we're gonna do a stream here for about 30 minutes or so. We'll see who joins. Just want to go over my trade on the Nasdaq today and just go over a couple of the edgeful reports. We'll wait for and see who joins, but let's just let the guys know in the Discord that I am live at the moment as well. And then we can go from there. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. We'll give it a minute or two and then let it go. Let's have a look. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's go like this. Okay, let's get into it. Perfect. So if we go to the edge full screen, and this is something I did tweet about earlier, but if you go over to the edge full screen, if you watch my pre-market live at 8 a.m. Eastern time today, you would have seen that I really did like the shorts. So the screener tells me that I want to be looking for shorts across the tickers. Let's just go over the futures tickers as well, so we can just have that up. But if you look at that too, most of the screener is pointing for us to be short bias, and that's what I look for. So I gave you levels that I was looking at, and that's why you should be on my pre-market streams every single day as well. But if you look at the levels, okay, let's go to ES. I had these levels drawn up. We're trading underneath the previous day's lows, already coming into the session. So that helped me, or accelerated my ideas that I did want to be short bias. We come into the open, we break opening range low. I get short on the Nasdaq on that little bit of a pop down over there, and I got that flush down for 80 points. Right, we bounced quite hard actually. If we look at this, we actually bounced pretty hard on this right back up off those lows, back up 130 points. But look how we hold New York session view up and the daily view up. So this is if you're trading for futures contracts, you just have to go with a little bit less size, bigger stop loss, and you don't not getting sideways movement in this trade or getting stopped up before the move down. Because if you're going with a short maybe at the low like that, you can't have a 50-point stop. You're going to probably have like a 100-point stop on it. It is what it is. This thing still moves over 1 or over 150 points. I had about a 100-point stop, got 80 points on it, 88 points on it, but I'm happy with that. So as I said, on ES, my level was this 960 level. We flushed that, and that's where I wanted to continue to look for shorts, and that's what we get. So coupled with my levels that I was looking at pre-market and then the edgeful data, I managed to find a nice trade on the Nasdaq. If anyone in the chat have any trades this morning that maybe we want to go over. Right now, for me at the moment, I'm a bit wary. We do have some news and stuff that has come out, but we can also go maybe over my swing trade on AMD. I'm still running a little bit of a long position on this 20% of my original size, but I entered long here on Monday's close. I brilliantly wake up and we gap up 5%, and I take 80% of my profits at about 219, 220. And now I'm still running this runner with my stop loss locked at break even. So that's my swing position. I do have a swing on Robinhood. Well, I had one overnight that ended up just cutting into market open at about 117 and a half. I just didn't like that. So it could still bounce from here, but I don't want to take full stop on it, especially after that open, we opened down. So yeah, that was my trade so far this week at the moment. And then I did have, as mentioned, and most of these trades I am taking a live stream during the first 2 hours of market open. I did have a nice little bounce play yesterday on the ES chart over here off those lows. But other than that, I think it's been pretty nice trading. I did mention as well that ES was respecting the previous week's highs, which you can get the indicator with edgeful, but previous week's highs, we reject off of that. And now we're looking like we want to come back down to this 900 level, which will still be 30 points lower. I just don't think at this level here is where you want to be shorting it. Perfect. Any thoughts in the chat? Anyone had any trades? Let me know. We can chat about it. But that was my trades today. One swing trade for loss, and then one day trade for win. So that's always obviously going to be pretty nice. But at the moment, I just feel like price is a little bit exhausted. The rallies have been coming from dips. So, every single dip has been rallied back up. And I'm interested to see what we do get over here. We could easily rally back up here, kind of like a false breakout. We get the flush lower. But something that's also just been helping me has been looking at higher time frames. And I spoke about that pre-market as well, not getting suckered into trading lower time frames. Higher time frames have been working for me. So make sure that you guys are on for pre-market tomorrow as well. So yeah, but yeah, that's I think a pretty solid trading session where we're coming into the day right now. Again, like I'm not going to look to push or press. I've already had a push with some nice size today on those shorts. I had strong conviction in them. They lined up with my pre-market plan. So, done in the first hour and a half. I'll take that and get off the desk, right? You don't want to be trading all day, every single day. Less is more. As I've always said, less is more. And again, I did mention that pre-market as well, that you want to be looking at maybe a high time frame. Don't get sucked into the vortex of trading lower time frames. If you are someone that has been struggling with over trading, over position sizing, just all the good stuff, revenge trading, slow things down. Step back a little bit, look at the high time frame, and make more informed, slower decisions. I think sometimes traders that look at lower time frames just get suckered in pretty badly, and it just does cause for over trading and all tilt and all that stuff. But any thoughts, any questions in the chat? I don't know where you guys are watching this, but yeah, any thoughts or questions in the chat? Yeah, so where we're sitting right now on ES, I don't particularly like the short. We could be basing out here. The hourly time frames overextended. I would like something like this, potentially, where we pull back and then we look to take the short down like that. In terms of stocks, what VIX is also trading higher today, 4% up. Any stock players that I am looking at right now? Not really, hey, I must say. Not really looking at anything too hot on the list at the moment. Maybe it could be repositioning with some Tesla or those Robinhood longs. But let's see. Any thoughts, any questions in the chat, let me know. But yeah, we can even see Palantir bottoming out here. I did have a swing play on this cut at break even. So we actually go like that from Monday. But other than that, I'm not really liking too much. Bitcoin's up 2% today. Bitcoin back up above 95K. Daily chart does look pretty nice for a breakout. Maybe something like this on Bitcoin. I remember back last year, November, where that just ripped. Where was it? Yeah. Last year, November, that ripped off that daily bar on the 6th of November after Trump won. We were up, 39, 40%. But we are basing out again. I do potentially like longs, maybe as a swing play on a higher time frame. But yeah, Bitcoin up, silver up 5% again today. It just doesn't seem like this thing knows how to slow down. The Japanese Nikkei is down as well. We are making legs lower, so that must be said. But yeah, for now, that's where my stance is. I'm flat after those nice shorts this morning. Took a payout on the personal. I've been trading personal quite a lot lately. But yeah, that's I think just a clear short. And I did take that on my live trading room. So if you want to check me in my live trading room, obviously hit the link in my bio, as mentioned on that banner coming across my screen. And then Mondays and Fridays, I'm live here with the edgeful team on YouTube and the channels, right? NVIDIA, I mean, also a key sign for this was NVIDIA right off the get-go was down 2% as well. But look how it's just restalling on NVIDIA as well. So I would not be surprised to see a little bit of a stagnation on the indexes as well. Meta down 2%. I know Andre was looking at this from a long-term buy perspective. He was buying it off of the lows, yeah, but yeah, it doesn't look particularly bullish at the moment, I must say. That does not look bullish at all. I would see these lows being reclaimed of here back at 581, which would be a 5-6% drop. ANQ as well, reaching previous week's lows down at 412. YM's the interesting one here today. YM has been very up and down, right? But yeah, that's my thoughts. Anyone in the chat have any thoughts or questions their side? As I said, everything on the data side of things was telling me to be short today, and that lined up with my technical analysis. So data with the technicals, and I had a little bit of fundamentals as well that was leaning towards the shorts too. See if we can get anything here. Yes, now back at low of day on that little bit of a rise. If we go down to the lower time frames, you could probably sell these rallies here today. It does seem like that type of day. So yeah. Perfect. So yeah, we'll see what we do get rest of the session. The only other Nasdaq's down almost 2%, but I mean, if you're selling it here at these lows, I've already made my money on the day. I don't think you want to be chasing either in the short with small size. Seen one in the edgeful chat in short or long. Yeah. So as I said, I'm in my live trading room Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then Mondays and Fridays with Andre here on the YouTube channel. Right. We'll see what else presents today. I'm leaning maybe to even looking at a bit of a stock trade. The indexes right now are kind of beat up. So this is just Tesla um, swing trade idea, but obviously with the indexes coming lower, that will bring the indexes taking a beating today. Will bring down some momentum on those tech stocks as well, especially Nasdaq being down 1.7%. But I think it is good that we are getting a little bit of a retracement on the indexes. If you look at the daily time frame as well, look at this. Like we are off those highs, we're just chugging along. Now we are 2% off the current highs, but off all-time highs, we are sitting down just 3.3%. But we have just been grinding higher. So it's nice to see a big range day come in. This top to bottom of the range on the Nasdaq is over 400 points. We haven't really been getting that much lately. If you go to the average daily range, okay, let's bring up ADR here. Average daily range on the Nasdaq in recent times, 124 points, 129. And then today we're getting a massive, from top to bottom, a massive 400-point range. So I think that is good. The volume's coming back in a little bit, which is something that I like. I think I trade a lot better when volume is in and we're getting continuation plays working. Obviously, volume in, those continuation plays will work pretty nicely. YM does seem like we do want to fall off here. YM actually has been a lot more bearish yesterday and today, but has been the one that's leading. We are coming off, literally off all-time highs from yesterday on the YM, on the Dow, down 800 points. Nothing looking bullish across any of the stocks. Anyone got any thoughts or comments in the chat? I just don't like the level that I would be having to short that if I do. AMD, maybe one that, yeah, AMD is starting to come lower now as well. Remember that the one I still have a runner in. But we're coming off the highs here on AMD too. Some of these stocks after the have been ripping after that the Venezuela geopolitical reasons. When ES moves 1% on a day, you know that that volume is back, and definitely. Let's see what they are saying on CNBC. Yeah, they're actually speaking about Robinhood, which I was in that swing long. Yeah, interesting. Okay, but what's the RB probability for silver is about to break? Let's have a look at silver. Just go reports. Initial balance breakout. I have to get my watch list up here. Let's go futures. Let's go SR, silver futures. Let's add that to the list. Come on now. There you go. Okay, let's go reports. Then what's that? SR, initial balance breakout report. What's up, Marcelo? Good to have you on, bro. Any other questions you want? We'll go over this as well. Any other questions that you want to? Let load. Let's have a look here. Okay, so single breaks 80% of the time. So we only double break 14% of the time. So you could go, you stop at the high, take the break, or wait for I prefer waiting for retests. Sometimes when you take the first RB break high or low, same as the opening range break high and low, you are buying or selling at the high or low of the day. Which I don't particularly like. Obviously, you want to, the risk reward ratio is not great. But yeah, let me know if that answers your question, Marcelo. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. New interface that of edgeful, I have to get used to it. I had it all under control. The bookmark section visible. Yeah, no, you do have to get used to the interfaces. That's for sure. They are. I mean, it is more user friendly. So yeah, I like it. But obviously, you have to. You know, it is quite user friendly. I enjoy it, but I understand you have to. They always are. I guess they are adapting, right? Right. So you can't hate them for that. Again, like the thing I love using on edgeful when I am in my trading hours is this the screener. I mean, it doesn't, especially after the first hour. You can configure this to set up for customize. See, they've even changed that now. It was at the bottom. You can customize this to the first hour or 30 minutes. I normally have it on for the first hour. But look at that, like every single stock, like the only bullish stocks that they have on the list here, and this is 16 tickers, you can actually take off like let's go like that. Let's take that off Costco. I don't look at that. Okay. Let's go like this. What other ones do I want? I only really want the Mag 7 on. So let's take off AVGO. Google you want on. Meta, Microsoft, NVDA, QQQ, SPA, Tesla, yes, NQ, RTYYM. Yep. So that's kind of all the ones that you want on. Let's let it load. I was at the office today and it was a complete surprise. Not home, I'll play with it again if children behave. Yeah. Jeez, my son's just gone to bed, so I know what you're saying. Probably gets a little bit more tricky when they get older as well. Just let it load, yeah. But I love the screen. It does just show me from a data perspective. Once I'm live, at the desk, it just shows me from a day-to-day perspective what I should be looking at. Let's just let this load once I've taken off those tickers. There you go. Okay, so you can even see over there, like 86%. The only bullish stock actually in the first hour was Apple, and then RTY was actually bullish in the first hour. Interesting. And the RB is all printing bearish as well. So I love that opening candle continuation. That's kind of what I like to go off of. When you got everything in one direction like this, that's when you want to be pressing, which is what I did on my trade. And basically always nice when it works out. But yeah, any other thoughts or questions in the chat? We'll maybe wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes. But I hope that you guys had a good trading session. I hope that you learned from stuff the trades that I took on the NASDAQ. And we'll see you live for pre-market tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And then I'll be in my live trading room as always. And then Friday, I'll be live with Andre as well. So make sure to check me out there. But yeah, you can hit the link in my bio. Check out edgeful. Check out my live trading room, and everything else that you need is there too, right? So yeah, perfect. We'll wrap it up here in the next minute or two. I hope that you guys have a good rest of the trading day, and we'll see you guys all on tomorrow.